On this specific day, I had one specific task that brought me down to Eugene from Portland, Oregon, getting the car dealership the check from the credit union for the car my ex and I bought the weekend he and I were down to see a guy he wanted to fool around with, which was the only thing that motivated him these days. Eugene left a warm spot in my heart, especially after going to watch Oregon Ducks take on Kansas State University, where I got to see my two favorite women's basketball players in action, Ayoka Lee, K-State, and Sabrina Ionescu, University of Oregon. Despite wearing K-State gear and getting walloped by Oregon, the people I ran into after the game were very nice to my ex and I. At the time, I had my eyes set on moving to Eugene, knowing I was about to be laid off from my horrific city job with the city of Portland in the near future. At this time, we were looking at apartment complexes because I was going to live in a place with good energy and not near a busy street, preferably near a creek or a river. This specific Saturday morning, I had to get to Eugene to drop off this check to finalize the car being my ex and mine. It was insanely foggy in the valley. I dressed prepared to hike up Spencer Butte, just in case the fog cleared at the summit. Keep in mind, this was still the dystopian COVID era, so you could get in trouble for not masking, out even on a trail. This authoritarian bullshit, not based on vetted scientific review, made Oregon a dystopian hellscape overall. And no better since COVID, sadly. I brought the mask that would wick sweat away so I wouldn't feel like I was being waterboarded if I had to rush up the Butte Trail to get the photo I was looking for. I brought my digital camera, but it decided to stop focusing properly because the autofocus feature failed. I left the dealership and saw the sign I was looking for. There was going to be a brief break in the fog above about 1,900 feet, which is perfect since Spencer's Butte's summit is just over 2,100 feet. I rushed from the car dealership in northeast Eugene to get to the south side of Eugene on a mission like I was on a storm chase. I knew the window of opportunity was not going to last long, so I hoofed it up the trail. I was wheezing and coughing, even though I was still in decent shape at this point, because this kind of exercise with a fucking mask on is ridiculous. The few people on the trail seemed to be on the lookout for this disobedient people not wearing masks because they're all alt-right-wingers and Trump supporters, according to the majoritarian opinion in these parts. No matter, I took the mask off occasionally, but left it on so nothing would stop me from getting the shot. And boy, did I get the shot. And another shot I was not expecting on the way back down. About 50 steep stone stairs from the top, I figured out I was going to get the shot. I was excited. I got up the last part as fast as I could. The best shot was not quite at the very top because I wanted to have the tops of the trees in the shot to really frame the beauty of the scene. The valley is completely encased in thick fog, but above that, the sky was crystal clear with excellent visibility. If you look in the distance, you can see Sisters and Mount Bachelor crystal clear. This was taken with my iPhone since my camera stopped working properly. You could see the ripples in the fog that was drifting generally southward. The trees just below the summit were glistening with dew from the earlier fog, but completely out of the fog. The detail of the fresh snow on the Cascade Mountains was the icing on the cake of the very photo I wanted to capture. There was so much peace and stillness as there was complete silence from no wind, no bird or animal sounds. In photography, it's a balance of patience and hurry the hell up so you get in the right spot at the right time for a dreamy shot. As I start to walk back down, the fog was starting to increase in elevation. I noticed the sun's angle and realized I needed to hurry to get into the next position to witness the other magic shot I wanted. The rays of sun coming through a forest grove. The fog was thin in this area and acted as a multiplier of the sun rays. I got into position and was in awe. I took several photos to make sure one of them was exactly what I pictured. The second photo was this money shot. The fog's influence made the rays an orange color, kind of like capturing sunrise rays near sunrise or sunset. It was breathtaking. There was no one near me at this point. I enjoyed it with the mask off. The smell of Douglas fir trees and the damp yet sweet smells of a coniferous forest really brought the scene to life. It was late fall, early December if memory serves me right, as the timestamp on my photo was the date of touching up the structure, definition, and saturation to match what I saw. This was what my eyes saw, as it was more beautiful than my mind's eye could make of it. This was the divine beauty in the era of the beautiful quarantine. This experience solidified my desire to move to Eugene. It did happen, although cut short due to my ex's unhappiness there and the governor forcing me out of my job because I did not get the vaccine and made sure I couldn't get a medical exemption I needed.